Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of New on Music Row. Here's what's going on. Not only are we going to look at the local area talent, and by that I mean the concerts are going to be happening in this area, around the Chicagoland area. We'll look at that a little bit later in this program. But the 5 picks of the week, what you would come here, the meat and potatoes of what we do here, is featuring the following artists. We got somebody from Macon, Georgia, Mascot, Tennessee, Overton, Maryland. You got to pull out the map for that one. Alexander City, Alabama. And then from the Great White North, eh? And if you know that reference, you're old. But anyway, no, this guy's from Canada. We'll talk all about that coming up on this episode of New on Music Row, right here on the Rise Network. Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of New on Music Row. I'm Chris Miles, your host. And of course, as we always do here every week, I just want to stop and say thank you guys very much for the comments, all of the likes, the subscribes, the shares, the retweets, everything that you guys are doing to get this out there. I totally appreciate it. Thank you so much. And there's some other great stuff brewing in the works. Can't really talk about it just yet, but New on Music Row is going to be growing, and we're going to be doing some cool things as well. So more on that coming up in the following episodes. So make sure you tune in every week for not only the 5 picks, but of course the new Spotlight Artist of the Week. In other words, what I call the Rising Star Spotlight. And then of course we do a little tidbit history trivia type knowledge stuff that you can use at the dinner table if you want. And of course we got a song artist band that needs a little bit more love, in my opinion, a spotlight, if you will, on a particular song or an artist or something like that. This week is no exception. As a matter of fact, this week is a song that's coming out today. And I think you all should be listening to it because this guy has got a great, phenomenal voice and also some really good songs under his belt as well, too. But we'll get all of that in a second. We'll get into all of that in a second, I should say. First, let's take a look at the 5 picks from last week. Did you agree with me on any of them, or did you think that I was way off, huh? You can tell me. It's okay. I can take it. Constructive criticism is okay. It's what helps us in the entertainment industry grow. Anyway, so yeah, up first we had Blessed from Ernest. 310,000 streams this past week. Of course, Ernest from Nashville, Tennessee. You've heard him on songs like Flower Shop, Hanging On with Morgan Wallen, and then What If I Could with Lainey Wilson. A great song, and I would say a turning point for Ernest, showing his softer side, and showing his dad's side, so to speak, as well, too. Up next, we had Lee Brice, Killed This Man, which is an homage to what women do to us guys sometimes when we have the old guy, what's the word? The bachelor, right? Killing the bachelor in us and turning us into to real men, responsible men. That song came in at about 210,000 streams for the week. Up next, Therapy from Mitchell Tenpenny. 257,000 streams. You guys really like that song, and I do too. It's such a great song. I mean, that chorus, I hope you go to therapy over me. I mean, oh man, it's so great. It's Mitchell Tenpenny at his finest, Up next, we had a new entry, Jason Charles Miller with Run for the Hills. It's about 55,000 streams, kind of where I expected. He does do a lot of soundtracks, and he did some music for Critical Role as well, too. So he's got a little bit of a following in other categories, but he's making his way and making his mark in the country music now as well, too. And last but not least, he was also our Rising Star Spotlight of last week. Graylin James with Water at a Wedding. And I'm going to tell you, this song, whoa. 1.2 million streams alone. Holy cow. Wow, guys, you know a hit when you hear it. I can't say anything more. I was like, you know what? This song's either going to catapult into like the stratosphere, or it's going to just kind of fall flat and people are going to be like, it's a great song. It's got a catchy tune, it's got catchy lyrics. It's got a great story. The story is so like, I'm lost for words at it. That's how great it is. It's just a great story. It's back to the old like country roots where they used to tell stories, great stories inside of songs. And I'm so happy that this landed where it did. So those were the 5 picks from last week. Did you figure out where they were going to land? Did you hit it on the mark? Did you bet on red or did you bet on black? Which way did you go with that? All right, taking a look at the 5 picks of this week. Up first, this song going to catapult in the stratosphere just because of who this is. Jason Aldean, back in the spotlight. Help You Remember is the new track out from him. And you know what? I'm telling you, this is going to be another hit for him. Of course, Jason from Macon, Georgia. If you haven't seen him live, check him out. He's a ton of fun. He's got so much energy, and he's got so many great songs underneath his belt. I mean, Dirt Road Anthem, She's Country, Big Green Tractor, If I Didn't Love You, which is the duet with Carrie Underwood, You Make It Easy. And last time he was in the 5 picks of the week, we had How Far Does a Goodbye Go? And that song did pretty well for him as well, too. So this one probably will as well. Also, another big name on the 5 picks of the week, Kelsea Ballerini, I Sit in Parks. This came out, actually came out last week, but now it's going to be on the airwaves this week. And this is one of those songs where it's like, this could be like a Kelsea fan type song, or this could be one of those songs where everybody's going to kind of get into it. It's got that, I don't know which way to go, that 6 or 7, if you will. There we go. Yep. Anyway. All right. So Kelsea Ballerini is from Mascot, Tennessee. Last song we featured of hers on the 5 picks of the week was Baggage. Some other great stuff from her is If You Go Down, I'm Going Down Too. An homage to your girl power, if you will. Half of My Hometown, the duet she did with Kenny Chesney, Cowboys Cry 2, which was with Noah Kahan, and she's got so many great songs, and she's just got a huge career. I mean, the makeup, all the different advertising she's doing, her own clothing line, and all the other lines that she's got going on. I mean, she's a powerhouse. She knows exactly what to do. She's got her brand on point. Up next, Jackson Dean, who had some great hits with Don't Come Looking and Fearless as well. Looking to make a mark again this week. Over and Over is the track that he brought to us. It's going to be on airwaves and streaming and all that stuff. I think you're going to really enjoy it. I think this is Jackson Dean kind of getting back to his roots, so to speak. Make Me a Liar was the song that we featured a couple of weeks ago from him as well, and I think you need to check it out. Remember, it's going to be in the playlist every week. We do a playlist on Spotify where I put in all the 5 picks of the week, and then I'll put in some other stuff as well. We'll talk about those songs that I'm going to throw in there throughout the podcast, and you'll be able to see them right there on the playlist on Spotify. If you haven't subscribed to that yet, please do. And if you haven't subscribed to New on Music Grow, do that as well, too. All right, moving on. Cassius Culpepper making marks back into the 5 picks of the week. This guy is absolutely phenomenal. He's got such a great sound. It's not a traditional like country sound in the sense of like, poppy kind of stuff. He's got some R&B mixtures into like some grassroots kind of stuff, that deeper outlaw country sound, if you will. Of course, Cassius Culpepper from Alexander City, Alabama. In Her Eyes is the name of the new song. He was on the show. Well, he was featured in the 5 picks, I think about a month and a half ago. He had a song, Believe, that came out. Did you check that out? Do you believe in Cassius Culpepper like I do? This guy is such a great talent, such a great singer-songwriter, and he just blows me away. Southern Man is a great song to check out from him. Who Hurt You is another great song, not only because of like, the phrase that's out there, like, who hurt you? But also just because I think it's a great song. And then Man of This World is my favorite one from him as well. Last but not least, another guy who was in the Rising Star Spotlight maybe a month or 2 ago, Owen Ringling with a song called Phone Call from Home. This one I think is going to get you in the heartstrings a little bit. And, it'll probably be one that you'll put in your favorite playlist. It'll be on our playlist as well, too. Owen is from Ontario, Canada. Some great stuff from him. We featured Tailgate This Town on a previous 5 picks of the week. Old Dirt Roads, which is a great song. Moonshines, In My Head Again, Homeless, and then Smoke Man. All great stuff from him as well. And you know what? He's another one of those that you got to get. He should be on your radar if he's not already, because he's got some great stuff. And Phone Call from Home is going to be another good song from him. So let's review the 5 picks of the week. Jason Aldean's Help You Remember. Kelsea Ballerini with I Sit in Parks. That's going to be I'm not sure where that song's going to lie. Kelsea Ballerini's fans are going to like it. I don't know if it's going to go mainstream, but next week will prove me right or wrong, and we'll see what happens. Jackson Dean's Over and Over. Cassius Culpepper, In Her Eyes, and then last but not least, Owen Ringling with Phone Call from Home. Those are the 5 picks of the week. And with that, we're going to move right on to the Rising Star Spotlight of the week. McCoy Moore is who we're going to be featuring in this particular spotlight. He's from Lakeland, Florida. He's got a great tune out there right now called Bible and a Bar. Check it out if you haven't yet. It should be on the radios fairly quickly here. It's not out just yet, so you're going to have to go to like Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you stream music. But that's the name of his, he's got a great EP out right now, and that song is the first single that's been released off of the EP. Some other great stuff from him, Memories We Never Made, and the song that kind of put him on the map, Something to You. All of those songs, absolutely great. And then he's got a really cool song. I love this one. This is the one that's actually been on repeat for the whole week. John Deere Blue. Kind of a homage to John Deere Green, so to speak. But also an homage to like a previous girlfriend that he can't ever forget, or maybe love of his life that he can't ever forget. And a great lyric in there. You know, I'll be missing you until they turn a John Deere blue. Which, you know, will they ever? Probably not. So great. Metaphoric words there, if you will. Great play on words as well too. So McCoy Moore, who is this guy? Well, in a pivotal moment in his life, I think he was like maybe 9 or 10, somewhere in there. He got a chance to meet Luke Combs backstage during a meet and greet, and Combs inspired him. He said basically said, you know, stick to your sound, stick to your roots, pursue your authentic style is what he told him. And Moore went home that night, and he picked up a guitar for the first time. And he learned how to play a G chord, and that pretty much kickstarted his musical history. So he's from a homeschool situation, so that kind of allowed him to ditch the mathematics and the biology and the geometry as well too, and prioritize rather guitar and voice lessons, and it shows in his music. You know, like I said, Bible in a Bar is going to be a hit for him. And you're just going to fall in love with that song. It's such a great metaphoric look at life, so to speak. He's got a wide variety of music that he listens to. He draws influences from Alan Jackson, George Strait, Kenny Chesney, but he's got a rule. He does not listen to rap music. So those of you that are into country music and you're like, why is country music starting to sound a little bit rappy? Well, McCoy Moore won't do that to you, so you don't have to worry about that. He doesn't listen to rap music, so there's that. When he graduated high school, he moved straight out to Nashville to chase his dreams, and he got a record deal with Sony Music Nashville, and it's pretty much a major milestone in his career. Now, think about this. He went from being a huge fan, right, sitting in the front row, going to Luke Combs, got backstage and all that kind of stuff, and now look what he's doing. He's got an EP out, he's got a record deal, and he just came off the Jim Bob World Tour with Hardy, Cole Wetzel, and Steven Wilson Jr. So if you saw that tour, you got there early, you got to see McCoy Moore, you know, because that's what happens. The younger, newer talent goes on first, and then, you know, the big names come out. So if you don't get there early, you miss out on some of these, and you may not have seen McCoy Moore. And, you know, well, check him next time when he's out there. Now, when he got in Nashville, he got a very encouraging Instagram message and a phone call from a fellow Floridian. Singer Jake Owen reached out to him, and he told him moving to Nashville would be the best decision of your life. And I'm quoting what Jake Owens told him right there. So McCoy Moore got some great songs under his belt as well, too. He co-wrote Shane Prophet's Penny to My Name and I Am Who I Am. Now, Penny to My Name was released as a single, and it was on Prophet's debut EP, Population Me. And then I Am Who I Am also featured on that EP as well, too. So songwriting, guitar, voice, lessons, all of this stuff, all on his own. So this guy's a natural talent. And, of course, before he launched his solo career, he was a staff songwriter for Smack Songs. If you know about the songwriting area or the Music Row songwriting area of Music Row, then you know all about Smack Songs. He's also written some stuff for Rowan Alexander as well, too. And, of course, that is the reason Why, he is the Rising Star Spotlight of the Week. McCoy Moore, check him out from Lakeland, Florida. Bible and a Bar is the new single that we're kind of touting here, pushing for you to listen to. I think it's absolutely great. I think it's a great metaphor, great play on words, such great lyrics as well, too. John Deere Blue is the other one that I really like. So we're going to put those two songs up for him in the playlist as well. So you can hear Bible and a Bar and then John Deere Blue. But here, by all means, please don't just listen to the playlist and just listen to the songs that I put up there. That's not what they're there for. They're there to get you to be able to listen to them because, copyrights and all that kind of stuff. We can't do them here on the podcast. But dig a little deeper. Find some other stuff. Maybe there's something in there that you will find and you'll be like, hey, Chris, you should listen to this track. I'll be more than happy to listen to stuff that you guys send me or suggest to me and as well. And maybe that person will be featured on the Rising Star Spotlight of a upcoming week in an upcoming program. But this week it's McCoy Moore, so check him out. His songs are going to be on the playlist as well. But you can do your deep dive as well and take a listen to some of his stuff too. So let's look back into country music history, shall we? First, celebrating a birthday today, of course, November today's the 14th. Back in 1957, born on this day in Bronxville, New York, Gretchen Peters, singer-songwriter. She moved to Nashville in the late 1980s, and that's where she found her calling. A songwriter, she composed hits for Martina McBride, Etta James, Trisha Yearwood, Patty Loveless, George Strait, Anne Murray, and the list just goes on and on. So Peters has got a huge name for herself in the songwriting community of Nashville. That's what I was trying to say earlier, the songwriting community of Nashville. She also has her own album. The title track of her 1996 debut album, The Secret of Life, was also recorded by Faith Hill in 1999. So you can check that out as well, too, and see which version you like better. So happy birthday to Gretchen Peters. Also born on this day, 1972, in Franklin, Tennessee, Will Hodge, a Grammy-nominated American singer-songwriter and musician. Hodge co-wrote Even If It Breaks Your Heart, which, of course, was the #1 hit for the Eli Young Band. And we'll put that song in the playlist as well, too, so you can take a listen to that. In case you haven't heard about the Eli Young Band, you're maybe new to country music. But happy birthday to Will Hodge as well. All right, let's set the Wayback Machine now, shall we? 1951, Hank Williams, sorry. I got to be careful there. Hank Williams made his first national TV appearance on CBS, The Perry Como Show. And he performed Hey Good Lookin'. You know that song, Hey Good Lookin'? Yeah, I'm not going to sing. Anyway, I did, so whatever. The following week, Como came back out, opened his show by doing a version of Hey Good Lookin', probably as bad as mine. And then, of course, Como apologized to Hank for doing that. And I'm going to apologize to Hank as well, too, because my version probably wasn't that good either. It probably sounded more like Ronald Reagan singing it. But anyway, all right, moving on. 1966, Loretta Lynn was #1 on the U.S. country chart with You Ain't Woman Enough. And it was the lead single on the title track, which became, of course, Lynn's biggest hit to that point. It peaked at #2. The title track of that album did, You Ain't Woman Enough. And then Martina McBride covered the song for her 2005 album, Timeless. So moving ahead to 2001, we went fast forward right past the 80s, right past the 90s, right into the 2000s, because Garth Brooks was on CBS TV for his Coast to Coast Live from the Los Angeles Great Western Forum. This was the first of 3 consecutive Wednesday night concert specials. The show also featured Keb Mo, Trisha Yearwood, and Brooks would see his latest album, Scarecrow, top the country charts in the following month due to this show. So that happened in 2001. Remember that? Remember watching that? I did. I remember getting around the TV and making sure that we were able to watch it and everything. It was so great. All right, moving on. 2009, Taylor Swift set a record for the most songs on the Billboard Hot 100 by a female artist at the same time. She had 8 singles on the chart because of the re-release of her 2008 album, Fearless. And last but not least, Blake Shelton makes his mark in 2017. He became the first country artist to be named People Magazine's single sexiest man. I don't think he was single. I think he was just People Magazine's sexiest man alive, actually. So it was People Magazine's sexiest man alive in 2017. He would be the second musician to receive the honor, the first being the voice coach Adam Levine, which I think that was no-brainer. And there's probably a lot of women going right now, oh, my God. Anyway. All right. So that's a look at country music history. I don't know why Adam Levine was in there. Well, I do. He was people's sexiest man alive before Blake Shelton. But anyway. All right, moving on. Let's take a look at the weekly pick. And this song, actually, is called Buckshot by a guy by the name of Gran Barham. He is from Oak Ridge, Louisiana, and he's got a really cool song, a really cool sound. His unique sound is often described as club country. Blending traditional country elements like steel guitar with modern hip hop, 808 beats and stuff like that. So he's up and coming as well too. But he's got a bigger following, probably because he's got, the younger generation behind him. Some great stuff to check out from him. Of course, we're talking about Buckshot. You should give it a listen. I really love the song. It's what the newer country sound is like nowadays. Let's put it that way. Oil Money is a great one for him. To check out from him. He's got another single with Tyler Hubbard. This one's called Whiskey Rain. And then the guy likes whiskey. I'm just going to say that because his next single that you should check out is called Whiskey Whiskey. So, and that actually, I heard that when I first heard that song, I was like, oh, wow, this guy's got something here. He's got that like I said, that club hop sound, that club country sound. He is the son of a farmer and a school teacher. He is actually a 7th generation farmer, and he's the first one of the family to ditch the family tradition and to pursue music. Like most people, he nearly quit music and then moved back home to the farm. But his producer convinced him to stay for another 6 months, and then that's when he got his viral success, the TikTok viral success with his song Preachers Need People. Check out TikTok for that. That's a great song. There's some interesting videos on there, so just be careful. But anyway, a great song from him as well. He taught himself to play guitar and began writing his own songs at the tender age of 10. And then he had a major turning point in his life. He wrote a song for his best friend's mom after she passed away, and then he played it at her funeral, and that made him realize the power of music. So that's how he got into it, and that's kind of where he's going to stay. Now, he is inspired, of course, by George Strait, and then also another big influencer from him is pop hip-hop icon Justin Bieber. Now, before his music career took off, he worked at a bar on 3rd Avenue in Nashville, slinging drinks for 4 or 5 years. So you may have seen him in the Nashville area as well, too. He's written a bunch of songs. He's written stuff for Blake Shelton, Wyatt Flores, Chase Matthews, and Tyler Brayton. And actually, the song that he wrote for Blake Shelton, pretty big hit, as a matter of fact. He co-wrote Stay Country or Die Tryin'. That just came out a couple of months ago. It's the lead track on Shelton's 2025 album for recreational use only. And, of course, that song was also released as a single. Now, he co-wrote it along with Drew Parker, Sam Ellis, Bo Bailey, and then, of course, himself as well, too. But that's a great song to get your name on. Also, another great accolade to have in your belt buckle, I guess, or in your belt pocket or in your back pocket. He was named a Spotify artist to watch for 2024 as well. So he's been around for a little bit. That's why he's not going to be featured in a Rising Star spotlight. But I think he's somebody that you're going to want to take a listen to. He's got some Morgan Wallen potential. No, I don't mean superstardom potential. And who knows? Maybe he will. Maybe he'll keep writing some stuff, and he'll just go gangbusters. But I love Buckshot. I think it's a great song. I love Whiskey Whiskey too as well from him. And like I said, it's the newer country. So if that's not your cup of tea, you're more of an outlaw kind of person, or you like some of the classic country, you may not like it, but give it a listen. I mean, maybe you like Oil Money, or maybe you like Whiskey Rain. Try to say that 3 times fast. Whiskey Rain. See, I did it. I said risky. Whiskey Rain, Whiskey Rain, Whiskey Rain. There we go. I did it. All right. Anyway, and then also check out Whiskey Whiskey. Again, that's one of my favorite songs. Not on repeat, but it was on repeat when I first heard it, I think like 4 or 5 months ago. So I've been watching this guy for a while, and I'm glad and happy that we can finally, bring him out into the fold, so to speak. So that is the the weekly pick for you to take a listen to. Tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, like, share, do all the things you do, and then let me know in the comments, because that's how we connect, and that's how we keep the show growing, and I totally appreciate everything that you guys do for me as well. But moving on, shows coming out this week here in the Chicagoland area. A lot of stuff going on. A couple of huge names. MC4D is going to be at the Bottom Lounge. Most of you are probably looking at me going, who is that? Well, they're going to be here Friday night tonight, and they've got some great stuff there. more of that country club sound. They took When It Rains, It Pours, and they remixed that as well. So you may have heard that in the clubs, or maybe you just heard it, on Spotify or something like that. But that's going to be a great show. They are more dance music oriented, but they have remixed a bunch of country songs, and that's kind of why they're on the program. And then this weekend, John Haywood is playing a couple of nights at Emerald Isle. John Haywood, of course, up and coming artist. He's got some great stuff on Spotify. Check him out, or check him out locally if you're going to be in the Chicagoland area. Friday night and Saturday night, he's going to be at Emerald Isle. Carol's Pub is going to be featuring Kaylee Hammock. She's going to be there on Sunday, the 16th. You can check her out. Tickets are available as well for that show. That's going to be a great show. And Carol's Pub is a great place to see a show. It's small, so it's intimate, and it'll give the artist a chance to really connect with you, and for you to connect with the artist as well, too, on a level that you can't really do in some of these bigger clubs, like Aragon Ballroom, for example. Unless you're like right up front, you don't get that interaction. At Carol's Pub, you get that interaction. It's a really cool place to see a show. So if you haven't seen a show there, go see Kaylee Hamcock, and then let me know what you think of her. And then also Sunday night, LV Shane is going to be at WC Social Club, in the city as well. The name might sound familiar to you. He had a hit out, I think 3 years ago in country radio called My Boy. We'll put that song in the playlist just in case some of you are trying to figure out who he is. It's a great song about being like a stepdad, so to speak. It's an awesome song. Really is. But LV Shane's going to be at WC Social Club on Sunday night coming up this week. And that's the show. So let me know what you think. Give me comments. If you got some upcoming information you want me to talk about, let me know. If you got somebody you want to send a birthday shout out to, let me know that as well. As always, thank you very much for all your support. You don't understand how much it means to me. Words can't describe how much I love you guys for all the support that you give me right here on New on Music Row, which you can only catch here on the Rise Network. We'll see you next week with another lineup of the 5 picks of the week. We'll get a new Rising Star Spotlight, and I'll have also another great weekly pick for you as well right here on the Rise Network. And until then, I'll see you on the flip side.